here is set 4806, the Ghost Pirate ship. It floats on water. This pirate ship is very different from any pirate ship that Playmobil has ever made. The hull, everything is all brand new molds. If you have any of the underwater scenery from Playmobil, you recognize this part here. I avoided this set for a little while because, as I mentioned before, because some of the main creatures like this crab is too strong in the color. Look at that green yellow. It's just a little bit too strong. But once I got this pirate ship, it became an instant favorite because it looks really cool. It looks like a ship that's been rotten under the sea, and it does look like it became the home of some rotten bone-like creatures that call themselves pirates. Comes with a blue fire on the top here that you can light up. It has a anchor, a very different anchor. I haven't seen one of these before. So that's there's a lot of new stuff in this ship. The sails are completely different. It's made of some sort of soft fabric. This ship also has extremely rare and different vines. These vines are dark green, and there's only one kind made for one set, and it's these. Good luck finding these vines to replace them, the lost or broken ones, because they're really rare to find. And if you're wondering, in the catalog, here it is, set 4806 Ghost Pirate ship. And here is the whole artwork in the page. Here it says Ghost Pirate attack. The ship is over there shooting towards the island. You see the sea serpent, the crab, the giant shell, and a bunch of ghost pirates in the island. An interesting feature of this ship is that the sea serpent is almost as long as the ship itself. A good comparison here, actually it might be longer. You can literally have the serpent's head inside the ship. Look at that. It looks like there's a pirate ghost trying to cut the head of the serpent, and it's fighting it with all its might. They shoot with the cannon. They can also try to throw an anchor on its head, lands like right on it. It tries to sink it, or they pull it behind with the anchor. This ghost pirate just jumps and swings over into the serpent. But unfortunately, they all perish in the mouths of that large serpent. So that's just the gist of the cool stuff you can do with this ship, the cool stories and plays. It has a lot of features. Let's start here in the front, where you have this large anchor, chained up anchor. It's a very long chain. It goes pretty much like almost the length of the whole boat. It's plastic chain. If you look right here, now you can just get this little ring here and you put it right there. And now that holds the chain. It goes over really easy. Look at that. The idea here is that you put the chain in there and then you can do a loop. See that? Now you do a loop, which means you can hang the anchor as high as you would like in this ship. The light lights up and it's connected to that little connector. It's a green connector. You can snap right back in there. You also have the foot spots. There's one here, one on the other side. Can you see that? There's this mast that represents a mast that's rotten over time. You tie up the rope. It has a little sail that's also rotten. And this sail is pretty cool. It's like Playmobil has it like glued in a way where it stays with the rope and it comes in this way. So you just tie up the ropes like that. And this sail has those holders that make sure this won't come off. Because this is actually fabric, I don't recommend water on this, but it does float, and I guess it was designed to be put on water and to float on water. Another thing you can do, which is not very practical, is to remove this. You have this anchor hanging as well as the sail. You can remove, and then you have access to this part of the boat. That's how it looks like when you do that access. You can access both cannons. It's a cannon on each side, and if you look here, you have holes where you can have pirates pointing their pistols or rifles and shooting through that. They can see through this hole, shoot through this hole, or you can just say the other pirate ship are fighting this pirate and the cannons are causing a lot of damage to the boat. Here there's a little hole, and that's the hole where the cannon goes through. Here is the cannon, and if you look in there, there is this little spot where you can tie up your cannon. The front of the cannon, there is also a little holder. You can put that in that spot, and look at that, it holds it really good. As you can see, this is not very practical because it's tied up to the mast, and you have to leave it on the floor like that so you can access stuff. Another problem with this space is that you cannot fit both cannons in a proper way. Look at that, they're overlapping each other and you can't really aim. See, even if you had just one cannon, You really can't really aim much. It just goes this much and this much over. And up and down is very, very limited as well because it hits that hole. Of course, you can remove it. So you look inside, you can maneuver a lot better. And if you go ahead and you remove all the items, then you have this protrusion on the floor. You take a lid off and look at that. You have space here to hide treasure. Gold coins, you can have actual, maybe the treasure has been stolen and all you find is bones and a mice. You can also fit a whole pirate in there, like a whole body. You can make it, maybe you can put a pirate captain hiding in there, and once you find the pirate captain, you activate all the ghost pirates and they just come after everyone that awoken them. This is what I like to do. I put the chain right here for the anchor, and then I pass the chain through here, and I do 2 loops on this thing so it hangs. You can definitely have a character at the top of the mast there, but beware, this was not made to hold the pirate's feet. He's just loose up there, not being held by much, and any kind of movement will drop him down. Unless you put this rope up here in a way that might be the way that Playmobil meant to be used. I don't know, it just fits perfectly in there. It holds floaty up here, look at that. So that's one of the way you can hang your character. This hook here you can hang literally anywhere. You can hang on this pole, you can hang on your vine by the rigging of the boat, which is just plastic and it's actually loose. There's no connector for the bottom, it's just loose like this, which means you can also put on the other side. You rotate this boat here, this side does not have one of these black fangs. And if you have any Playmobil pirate ship, you know that these masts have holders for the characters. For example, right here, this character is holding right there on the mast, which means if you put this in a pool or a bathtub, the force of the water will not knock these guys down and they can stay put in a good spot. But you also have these food spots. There's one here as well, one on the other side right here. And characters are placed in those spots, for example like this one, they don't get knocked over easily. And here we are at the ghost captain cabin. The cabin is almost completely destroyed by previous fights and wars and cannonballs. Once again, you have those spots for the feet of the pirates. The sail can be rotated several ways so you can clear the space so you can access the pirate's bridge. There's a cool wheel here where your character can hold on to the wheel and he's pretty good there. I guess you can have 2 other characters standing behind him. And then if you look down here, this is a very tall pirate bridge, one of the tallest actually. Look at the ship as a whole and you can see that the bridge is pretty large. There's not really much access for you to get your hands inside. No doors, no hidden doors that you can pull out. These are actual holes you can put cannons in. So look at that, I removed the cannon from the front. Now you have a cannon in the back, which is really good form of protection. If you can shoot people chasing you, that gives you a great advantage. You can also have the cannon on this hole or on the hole on this other side. Here's the unique and cool feature of this ship is this lever. You only have that lever on one side. This side does not have a lever, so it's only on the left side of the ship. Look what happens when I rotate this. It lifts the whole floor. Everything on top of the floor fell into a hole in there. Look at that. The cannon, all of the stuff. There's a lot of space here. Look at that. It fits a whole human in there. Look at that. It's pretty deep. Put him standing, and if you look at a different angle, the only problem with this side are these poles. They won't allow you to keep a Playmobil character hidden, because once you rotate it back like this, it smashes the character. If you rotate back, big items like the cannon come back to the floor. Alright, so let's do it again. Let's rotate the floor. Look at that. Boom. It goes all the way now because we don't have items on top of it. And if you look inside, it's pretty dark. You have a whole room in there that there's no access to it because everything is closed up now. And if you look here, there's a lever right here. Press it, it comes back down. And it's created in such a way, you see this platform at the bottom, it's so tight to the ground, at the bottom ground, that it brings whatever item that was on top that fell into the hole, it brings it all back, including small little mices like that. You hear the mice, it's right there, it's stuck at the bottom. You press this, the mouse, he's back in. It's a very cool design and it has many usages. For example, you have a character in here, he's about to fight the master pirate, but nope. Now he's stuck, he's in prison, and they cannot get out until someone comes and opens this. And now There he is. The ship also has 2 dark green vines that you can actually climb on it by holding with the hands of the Playmobil. You can remove this part here very easily. And now you have an easy entrance or access to the lever if you want to. And this is how I like to organize my ship. I just spread all the gold at the bottom with bones and accessories, barrels. Then I have this guy in the front. The anchor hanging like that. 2 cannons, one in the front, one in the back. This guy just hanging at the sail here, and the pirate holding rum, a sword, and his chimpanzee. And here is what it looks like when you have all the sets put together. The serpent, the crab. There are a lot of ghost pirates all over the place, and if you want to, you can put all of these pirates inside a pirate ship and sail to attack other pirate ships or maybe British ships. And here's what it looks like when you have all the pirates inside a pirate ship, the ghost pirate ship. I forgot to mention you can have that guy up there. It fits their legs really well and he holds the character in there. I think it was meant to be. There are more pirate ghosts that I will be reviewing. There's a Playmobil special, but there you have it, of all the 12 characters. I separated them for similarities. These are 4 characters that have the belt across their chest where they actually hold a pistol. You have the 2 main ghost pirate captains. This guy has a different kind of shirt compared to all of these guys. This one has a jacket. This is the only one that has a shirt that's green, strong green, and it's rotten pretty much like that. And then you have all of these 3 guys that have bandanas on their necks. So here are all the pirates with all their weapons. Here's how they look like from behind and from the front. And there you go. All the accessories you get with this ship. 2 vines, one is smaller. The large anchor with a chain, plastic chain. The little hook with a rope and 2 holders at its end. 2 cannons. The light, of course, that's a really cool feature. Chest, a small gold chest. A skull. 2 little bones that can be placed on the belt of each character. I don't know the use of that, but you can actually do it. A little chimpanzee. This chimpanzee glows in the dark just like the hands and faces of these characters, as well as the Skeletor here underneath the shirts. All of those white areas, they glow in the dark. You have 2 little fish bones, 2 little mices, an axe, sword, and a smaller sword, the captain's hat, 6 little powder barrels, and a liquor bottle, or it could be some sort of evil potion. And last, a bunch of gold coins. Because let's be honest here, what is a pirate ship without gold and treasure? This is how the ship looks like when it's empty and stripped out of all its accessories. And here are the 3 main characters. Once again, we have one of those pirate ghosts and 2 little ghosts here using the same kind of design for their shirts, just different colors. This guy here has like some red boots. He has a holder in the front for a bone or some weapon that fits. His eyes are blue. His mouth is also blue. Has that cool captain vest. This guy has like some crazy hair with a little man bun in the back. He has a holster in the back, but there's the only weapon that fits in there is this one. It's this black sword, so I would say he owns that sword, maybe, I'm not sure. And this guy here also has a holder for the bone, and he is mostly made of skeleton parts plus some bald head there with no hair and a bandana on his neck.